Test. Making sure all of this works. I'll wait a bit for people to join and then we'll start soon. I'm gonna start in like 1 minute, regardless if anyone's here. If no one's here, then I'm just doing it my way and just gonna go over certain stuff. It's just kind of stuff that I'm gonna look at, so just give it like a couple more seconds. All right. Let me just pause this music. I don't know what's going on with it. All right, we're done sitting here. We're done waiting. So welcome to Sunday Stock Talk, but it's on Monday now. It's President's Day, so markets were closed today. However, futures were open, and the past 2 days, futures have not been looking good. If we take a look at the daily here, and we can look at ES right now, we notice that Sunday. Or no, here's Sunday 22. Yeah, it's just counting as 21. Yep. Okay, so we have this is one day. So we can see here, ES had a nice push upwards. We opened up here. We had a nice run up earlier. I will give it that. ES ran pretty hard earlier. Look at this. We started pushing out very, very nice on Monday here. Look at this. We had a beautiful push throughout the night. And then we crashed. We absolutely just started plummeting. We started dropping so hard throughout the rest of the day. And then now we're open again. And now we kind of consolidated back down here. So ES just hit a major level down here. 4248.75 or 4250, I should say, more like, which is just about right there. However, this is a major level because if we pull up the 4-hour, we can see that we are reaching major support here, a major support here, major support here, and levels here. And just to make sure we are looking, let me get the 1-hour one day just for you guys to show you guys where we could be at. So if we continue to drop back down, we're going to lose all of 2022's gains. And we're going to drop all the way back down to around June 11th levels, like June 11th of 2021. We're going to lose all of these gains and drop all the way back down here. And that's just what happened. That's literally what happened. We lost all these gains and we dropped back down here. Now, if we managed to get lower than back down here, it would have been looking real ugly, guys, like real ugly. But if we look at this as it is right now, technical analysis standpoint doesn't look like much. But if we look what we see here, I could see a left shoulder forming. We have a pretty big head forming there. Here's a right shoulder forming. It's around the same height as this area here. It's just not far like a normal right shoulder, but still it is a right shoulder. And within this right shoulder, we had a double top form. So we had that, and then we got here, we went there, and now we went down here, and same thing here. So we had a perfect double top form within this area here on our daily chart that makes it look like a head and shoulders pattern has formed. So because of that, this level right here is considered our neckline. If we break below this neckline here, we're going to be looking at ES down to like 4223.25. Could you imagine that? If we just lose all of that and we drop right back down to here, that is totally plausible. That is a totally doable case. So we have to be very careful this week on what could happen. It sounds to me like Russia may attack, but at the same time, Putin could just be bluffing like he has been doing lately. So we have to keep a very close eye on what's going on there. Now, if we can recover here, we should see a strong push back upwards to around 4351.54.5. 4351.5 on ES. If we can manage to do that, we should start seeing some consolidation form for a potential move to the upside. If not, if we don't get that, the head and shoulders is validated, and we just have to wait for this neckline break to occur here for us to start shorting. But yeah, guys, everything is looking very rough right now. I mean, just look at this. Like, we're in a slow grind up here just within these crazy trend lines. Look at here. Look at this 1 hour. Look at this right here. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that support trend that was forming there. That just finally, it gave up. It gave through. It couldn't do anything. And then here, another massive drop occurs. Another massive drop within this range here. Yeah, guys, this is looking really bad. We just have to be on the we just have to be on the lookout for everything. So in that case, like I said, I gave you guys my SPY analysis on what could potentially happen. We really need to get back above here, in my opinion. If we can get right back into this value range here, we should be fine. But if not, more downside. Stocks I want to look at would be something like LSIG. I'm liking LSIG. So on the 1 hour, it doesn't look like much. However, if we look at it on the 4 hour, we're getting a nice little flag form here, nice little pattern start forming. See that? I'm getting this starting to form, which looks really healthy here. If we can get a bounce here occur, which seems there's consolidation occurring within this area, we should start to see a higher low form right here. And what I'd be waiting for is a break up above 2658, which would be above this green candle here, because then if we can get a break above there, then 27 is in play, and then 27.3. But that's only if this forms a higher low, because in a healthy uptrend, we start to form higher highs and higher lows. So we have a low here, we have a high. Let's see, we can form a higher low here to then begin form a higher high up here to around 30, potentially, if possible. And then if we can get to around 30, we should start seeing around maybe 32 to 34 to 36 range. However, if we don't get, again, if we don't get this higher low here, we'd be careful looking at 24.67 to around 24 for Lucid. Anything below 24 could be deadly coming into earnings here. Yeah, actually, that's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lucid has earnings in 5 days, so that's going to be pretty big for it. We should see how it does. Maybe you could get a nice push upwards. I'm going to set some alerts just so that way I have these set in case anything happens. And I know what to do. Another stock I want to be looking at is gold. It is currently trying to make new highs. If we look at it on the daily, we can see gold is in a pretty big bear or bull flag that it formed. And it looks to finally be breaking out of it. Let's just activate this so I can expand it out more. There we go. Okay, so we have this. And I mean, if we look at it too, you can see that we broke out. We bounced perfectly off of that daily trend support line. That's actually a perfect bounce that occurs here and here. And tried it again here, but it slightly went through, but came right back up. It's looking really nice other than this gap right here. I'd like to see maybe this gap fill. If this can get a push above 178 though, I'd be looking for some longs. It just has to get some momentum. Because again, if it can break above that, then we're starting to look at these levels here. So now we gotta draw right there. And then we have a level up here. Another one right there. And then let's see here. We have this gap that occurs right here. So that's the gap right there that formed. Another gap here that got filled. Let's draw some FIP levels now. All right, there. Okay. So Gold just touched the 161.8 extension level on our daily chart here. We can clearly see that. It's actually a very clean very clean touch there. We can also see that our 261.8 level sits right in between this range, this zone here that we have. That leads to indicate that this zone is pretty important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it grayed out, and so I can see it better. And I actually know it's a zone. So there we go. This is a supply zone that we have going on here. So what am I looking for is I'm looking for a break above here. I'm looking for a break and I'll hold above the 161.8 level for a push upwards above 178.67. If we can get a move above there, then we can start to potentially see gold maybe touch 183.69 to 184.96. If we don't manage to break above this level, I'd look for gold to fill the gap back downwards to around 175.15 before trying to make its next attempt upwards. And if it can't get above 176.3 after this attempt here, I'd start looking for shorts to the downside to break below 174.97 or 174.84, I mean, before we move back downwards to around 172. What else do I want to look at? BA. Let me check out BA. Let's see here. I haven't looked at BA in honestly a minute. I'm just trying to, okay. So we have all of this here. Okay. Okay. So BA is back within this range here. Let me get rid of this stuff. That's just kind of drawings to show like what it was doing. So we got all this out of the way. That's why it just looks like so much. I was so confused there for a second. It's like, why do I have all this stuff? There we go. Better. What is this line? Okay. That comes from there. These are my fib levels. That come from, just get rid of these. Don't need those anymore because we're above that. Okay, perfect. Boeing. Alrighty now. Let's pull up the profile chart here. So we are holding nice. We are holding nice right now, right above this zone here. So this demand zone seems to be back in action again. With current market situations though, Boeing looks like it's gonna fall right back under here. So I would look for a break. This is hard, I'd say, honestly. Let me see here. I don't know if I'd call. I don't even know if I'd wait for. It's one of those. If Boeing can stay within 208 to 204 here, I wouldn't touch Boeing until it goes to here. If it stays within 207 to 204, look for a potential bounce to occur. If a bounce doesn't occur after 205 here, start looking for shorts down to 199, 195.22, 190. I mean, let's see. Things are looking rough out here for stocks. Activate this drawing again here, expand this out some. Okay. Okay, now we see something here. We're seeing that we're rejecting off of this daily trend line here. This daily support trend line that we once had, we're now rejecting off of there, but we are still holding above the demand zone. So we do have to be careful for that. Initially, what Boeing needs to do is Boeing needs to just find its way above 225, 220 again. If it can get its way up to here, I can see Boeing going right back up to 260. But right now, Boeing is having some issues. So I'd be looking for Boeing to potentially bounce at 205 within this range, maybe start building a long position with stops set very low. Anything below here, start looking for around 201.35 to 193.64 to 183.81. And then, yeah, again, if we start looking for the long side here, I'd start looking for a move from 205 to 206 to 207 here, all the way up to 212 to 218 to 224 to just at 222.24 as well. And that's if we can get above here, this big green line, which I would like to see, honestly. I honestly think that'd be awesome to see. But, Boeing hasn't done that so far. So, just gotta give it time. Let me draw this line. Let me see something. Still nothing. Still nothing I like about Boeing yet. I mean, let's see the weekly. And again, it's not like I'm trying to force a play here on Boeing. I've been waiting for Boeing to do well for quite some time, but it still looks like it's having issues. But yeah, looks like it's starting to form a consolidation period though on the weekly within this range here. Maybe if Boeing stays here for a little bit longer, it can finally make a move to the upside again to around 273. But that won't be for another couple months to maybe who knows how long. We just got to be on the lookout for that. Um, Let me think. What other stock? What other stock do I want to look at? Trying to think what other. LNT. Yep. For all my war people out there. LMT is Lockheed Martin, which is a good war stock to invest in just in case anything happens. They are finally making a nice move occur. So like if we see here, we started breaking out there. And then now we started channeling within this range, and now we're making another push outwards. So if we can get a retest of around to 358, I think that'd be a perfect spot for a long. And a long hold, I should say, as well. If we can manage to form a cup and handle here, so we start to get the cup here. Let's form a handle, maybe around a 270. We could even get a 270 to 275 touch for our handle to form before our next push upwards. But I do want to say, like anything above 400, this will move really hard. So be ready for that. We also have a double bottom that looks to be forming here as well. So if we can really just break this supply zone that we have going on here, right there, stretch it out. There we go. So we just have to really break above here. If we can break above here, or our neckline, we should say, which we would say 390 to 400, this $10 range, we should see a nice push upwards to around 417, 420, then 442 for all-time high break potentially. Let's draw fibs real fast just to see something. Okay, yeah. So we should see 411. Yeah, we should see 411.04 after 400. Then after 411.04, we should see 416.56 potentially. And then after that, we have the all-time high break for 464.29. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, let me see something here. Yep. Yep, and then look at that on our on this fifth level. Extension sits perfectly right at all-time high too. So that's nice. So we don't even really need this for any valid reason, other than to get some of these levels here for our next potential move. But I would just mark it in my opinion. I would do that right now, just so I have them, so I know what to look for. And right there. There we go. Okay, now we got our level set. I can delete this one. Okay, so now we have our level set for what to look for next. But yeah, that's all I have to look at. That's what's on my list. I'm going to be really paying attention to SPY and QQQ mainly for the remainder of the week. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be doing these every week, of course. Have a good one, everyone, and I'll see everyone tomorrow. Let's get it.